And
Okay, so after the Solihull Moors friendly, we reviewed our COVID protocols. So I'm going to play you a little bit of a clip about that Zoom meeting that we did. Obviously, even though there's no fans in, there's still COVID requirements for us to be able to ensure the safety of the home team, the away team, the referees, the club officials that are here. So we have two COVID officers. Greg Hine is also our welfare officer. He's also one of the COVID officers, and Mick Coe. So obviously they were reviewing how well we'd done against what we were trying to do. Some things worked really well. Other things we need to get better at. And there's some things that we're trying to improve and change with a mind of what's going to happen when we can have fans come into the ground. I know the chairman's working extremely hard at the moment trying to work out the best way to get as many people safely in the ground as possible. So playing with lots of different seating arrangements, seating plans and stuff like that. So here's a bit of that meeting.
I'd already seen risk assessments and we're happy to conform. I will say that this weekend there's a lot of rules laid down, and I've seen over the past week or so quite a few games. I've been to quite a few games and talked to people who've seen our away matches, so everybody complied. People will comply. People are happy to do it. I think it's just such a change, a culture shock that people are complacent. So the next game,
that's a good point.
I think I need somebody as an observer to see what's going on, just to see, well, yes, we can do that. No, we can't. We're doing it in the clubhouse. The clubhouse is working perfectly.
Well, I don't think there should be anything on our list if we're not doing it. Yeah, I don't think there should be things that we can't do it.
Yeah,
we can do it if the will is there to do it.
The zoning map. Can you put that on, Richie, please?
Where is it?
Oh, look at the colours on that. It's pretty obvious. The red zone is for players and officials only. We're allowed, according to the regulations, 80 passes for that. So that will include both teams and anybody else that needs it, like officials, directors, or anybody else that needs to go on the pitch. The amber zone is originally on the documents it says it's for the photographers, but I think when this weekend the photographers need to stand around the outside. When we come to a match, however, we can't with spectators. There's no way you can put photographers on the amber zone, so we might have to make an exception going forward and put a couple of amber sections in each of the corners just for the photographers. The green zone is the outer concourse, which we've got no control over whatsoever. There's two areas which cause a crossover, and that is on the outer concourse where the tunnel crosses the public footpath. That will continue to be closed and will become a green stroke red zone. The other thing we've got, when we've got I was going to say patients then. When we've got spectators, we need to obviously operate a one-way system going all the way around. Now, if somebody's sitting in a Kettering Town stand and they want to go to the toilet...
Does it have to be all the way around, or do we just have to... I thought you were allowed to pass someone for no more than 5 seconds. Because I went to Wetherspoons the other day and they've just literally got pass on the left on the stairs.
Yeah, no, you can do that. You can do that.
Because it's a long way around. That's the one thing that parents bitch about. Is when you make them go for a pee, you make them go all the way around the back.
Oh yeah, I've been abused, so I know about that. If you've got 500 people in there, you might find it difficult to cross them. This is something we can all,
again, if the weather's dry like it is today, we can actually use the back of the stand.
Yes, we can.
So you can use the back pitches, you can use the back of the stand to actually say this is. You'd never actually pass anybody until you literally got to the turnstiles where someone might be coming back from the, so it's, you've got left and right, but they're actually either side of the fence.
Whatever we do, we need to get Mark Brace on board and have it clearly marked. But so the other areas where the Kettering Town stand is, where people will need to cross the tunnel entrance to go to the toilet. How we let them back into the Kettering Town without making them walk all the way around the pitch is another thing. As you say, Richard, we might have to work some kind of two-way system behind the stands.
One time I had to physically manhandle the ball. You've exceeded the number of people in the bench.
Yeah, I'll check on those numbers.
And they're probably going to be very hot on that this season, I would suggest.
Okay, so we had a South Bend catch-up meeting yesterday with the team. Obviously, still heavily restricted from a COVID perspective. Still looking to put an 18s indoor 18 system out November. So Thiago's been moving forward with that. Monica and Matt pretty much at the moment are just working on community stuff. So yeah, it's busy, but not busy from a footballing perspective or a soccer perspective as such at the moment. There was due to be a trip. We were going to bring a squad from South Bend over to Kettering in December. That's going to get pushed back again just because it's not looking likely that the 14-day quarantine, etc., will not have disappeared by then. So it's just not feasible. So we'll bounce it back to 2021, and hopefully that will be in a better position and that will come off.
Obviously, Monica is looking splendid, but how are you looking?
I think I always look fantastic, but now other people are telling me I look fantastic in this South Bend Lions gear.
You look good, Matt. I never say that, but Monica looks even better.
Oh, thank you.
Thiago, I originally took a size large. I traded in for the medium, so I'm going to leave that large for you, pal. All right, there you go.
Yeah, large is for me.
I've seen the way you've been eating, so we'll don't edit that out. I've seen the way you've been eating, so we'll give him the size large. So, we're coming up on September 11th, which was a tough time, and there's lots of remembrances that are starting to come up with September 11th. Is there thought of tying in anything into South Bend Lions with that, whether it be our can we talk about the first responders and how we might try to manage first responder donations, or is that for another time?
I like the sentiment of it. I just don't know we can do it justice in 24 hours. That would be my only concern. And if we don't do it well, given the sensitivity of what that date means across the whole country, I wouldn't want that to come back on us. But it's something we ought to bear in mind for future. Certainly, we were planning a first responders game anyway. One of the games was going to be an acknowledgement of that. So maybe we can factor that into what we do next season, and then obviously follow it up in the September.
So we'd have a Youth Cup game yesterday. Lads did really well. Came away 2-1 winners. I've got some highlights that I've basically clips of the goals that I'll put up in a minute. Also a good opportunity. We allowed crowds in. So I think there was 80 odd people that attended the game. Obviously, it's not under the same restrictions as our first team games. So that was a good test of our COVID protocols. So I think that went pretty well. So everyone was pleased with that. I think the next game is away, so you won't get the opportunity to see some of the boys. But if you do fancy it, and the guys do progress to the next round, and you want to see some of the up and coming poppies, then I suggest you get down and have a watch. Just to finish off, some big news hopefully come out of the club next week. We're excited about it. So a bit of a teaser. It will probably be out in the ET, unfortunately, before I do my next vlog next week. So most of you will know about it by then. But not to steal any thunder, do check out the ET on Thursday. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, we'll have some pretty exciting news.